Hola Leos, welcome to your mid-month check-in for June 2020. If this resonates, consider a personal reading. My email is below, just send me an email. Otherwise, let's get to your reading. Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, and your insight for Leos for the middle of June 2020? What do you see? What do they need to know to reach your higher ground, become closer to the universe and closer to the divine for their greater good? Any messages you have for Leo, middle of June 2020 would be greatly appreciated, and we thank you. Can you please show me Leo's general energies, their energies for the middle of June 2020? We have the Three of Wands in reverse. I will be leaving a Vimeo link below for, which is this month's extra, based on the High Priestess. In that reading, it will tell you what is your intuition telling you, what mystery will be revealed, and how can you increase your intuitive powers based on the High Priestess. Challenge edition, we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Check out my playlist. They are my library. In there I have my 2020 and 2019 Sun Moon predictions. I have what is your ideal career that you should pursue. I have compatibility readings for your partner's sun sign. The two of you are compatible. And then I also have, I will leave those links in the description below so you can just click on them and go right to them instead of sifting through my playlist. Advice position, we have the Hangman in the upright. It's so weird how that guy is hanging. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Instagram. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate. Always appreciated. Not sure what happened there. What do we have for Leos as they move out of the middle of June? A Judgment card. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So we start off with the Three of Wands in reverse. Seems like you can't seem to get things that are out there. You see the opportunities, you just can't seem to get to them. There's delays, there's setbacks, there's distance. Go figure that in this time, right? That we're all sick of hearing about. But you know, there's stuff out there, you just can't get it to come to you, all right? You can't seem to shorten the distance between point A and B. It's also about communication problems. So you could be having communication problems with anybody in your life, a group of people, what have you. The communication is off. It is askew, all right? So all that kind of stuff. Not the most positive energy, and I will be pulling clarifiers. Challenge position, we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So for some of you, it could be down on your luck financially. Again, that's another common theme right around this time. It's being, financially dependent on somebody else, not being able to make your own way in the world, things like that. Now, another challenge is the opposite end of that. Well, not really the opposite end. It sort of goes hand in hand. You could also be just working your butt off and, having to work so much. And I know that's going on with essential workers right now, but, having to work so much that you're neglecting your family, your personal life, and things like that. So, the challenge is material stuff is guiding your decisions, what you do, your livelihood, and how you're living right now. And it might be because of this, because the opportunities aren't available to you, so you have to do what you have to do for the time being. Now, advice, we have the Hangman in the upright. With the advice card here, the Hangman card here, I just woke up from a nap, so you're going to have to excuse me if I'm like tongue-tied. But with the Hangman card, I'm getting that this is a suspended time for you, okay? It's kind of like nothing is happening, and it's being stuck in limbo and just like hanging there, kind of like this thread hanging in time. And you could sit there and you could say, or get caught up in the fact that nothing is going anywhere, that nothing is moving, that you're stuck. Or you could use the time, the downtime, because we can look at it as being stuck in limbo, or we can say, hey, here's some downtime. Life isn't moving, really, really fast right now. And use it to enlighten yourself, because that's really what the Hangman is about. What are my goals? What am I willing to sacrifice for my goals? And you can use that time to kind of figure things out in your life. And it's also a period of kind of just hanging out until you decide on how you're going to move forward with things. So it really is a time to sort of soul search, enlighten yourself, and figure out how you're going to move forward when the energies start to kick up again. Okay. As you move out of June, the middle of June, we have the Judgment card in the upright. So this can be a little bit of a carryover from the advice from the Hangman card, where you're really going to kind of look at everything with eyes wide open, okay? And kind of judge it as it should be judged, not have a skewed perspective, not be cloudy, nothing like that. It really is about assessing a situation, your life, and looking at everything and kind of kind of willing to accept anything that's thrown at you, okay? Is a way that I kind of look at it. You know, the good, the bad, the ugly, what have you. And then based on that, and making an assessment based on all of that, then you just kind of say to yourself, okay, you know what? This is the direction I'm going to move forward. This is a major choice I'm going to make, and I'm not going to look back. And I'm going to, not have any regrets. I'm going to release all my regrets that I have and forge forward no matter what, because you know that you decided this in very sound mind and body and taking everything in. Okay, so it looks like something major is going to go on here that's going to be close to the end of a cycle for you. Okay, you starting to wrap up a cycle. So I know this is like a very macro kind of reading, but it is what it is. Why is the Three of Wands here reversed? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages for the Three of Wands in reverse. Who is this person? What is this energy? Why is the Three of Wands here in reverse? Okay, so we have the Three of Swords in reverse. We have the King of Swords in reverse. And we have the Three of Wands in the upright. So you're coming off of a period of trying to recover from some sort of loss. It could have been a financial hardship. It could have been emotional hardship, something that really, really knocked the wind out of you. And you're on your road to recovery. You're trying to move on from that as best that you can. This person, this King of Swords in reverse, might have had something to do with it. Could be an entity, could be a person, could be a group of people. But the King of Swords in reverse is somebody who is very mental, and he convinces people of doing stuff, or he tries to win using his mind to do it, or manipulate people with his mind, because he's very powerful in the mind, but he uses his mind for negative purposes. So I mean, this could be a situation, and sometimes he's like a boss that kind of sucks, a boss that kind of says crappy things, or a boss that puts you under a lot of pressure to kind of do something. So this could have been a situation where you were asked to leave a job, or you were forced out of a job, or you were forced out of a situation because of this person. This person convinced you to do so, or put some pressure on you to do so. And that's what you're trying to recover and move on from. And with the Three of Wands in the upright, you kind of thought, okay, well, fine that this is going on. There's tons of opportunities out there for you, I think, or for me. That's what you were thinking. You kind of thought, okay, well, this didn't work out. I'm going to recover. I'm going to move on. There's more fish in the sea. You started thinking in like large terms, what's available out there? What am I going to do next? The world was your oyster, so to speak. And then, and you were also willing to get into situations that you typically wouldn't have gotten into, just to see what opportunities they would yield. But kind of what happened is those opportunities didn't end up coming to fruition and didn't happen. And it might be because the world just shut down. That could be part of it too. Here you were lining up going, okay, well, I'm going to check out other prospects, see what's out there. And then all of a sudden, boom, the world shut its doors down. So you have an inability to kind of do that. Communication is affected, exploration is affected, travel is affected, everything's affected. So you're just kind of, staying put for right now. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here in reverse? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages for the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. For Leo's, middle of June. Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages. Why is it in the challenge position? Four of Swords in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse. Knight of Wands in reversed. A whole bunch of reversed. All right, so it could be your financial situation, or just that you're working your ass off, and part of it is you're really frustrated because you just feel like you're running on a hamster wheel and nothing is changing. No matter how much you want it to change, no matter how much you are trying to change it. But like I said, I think you're burning yourself out, and you're getting a lot of anxiety and etc. Because of that, you're getting very burnt out. So, like I said, for some of you, you're working very hard, you're getting burnt out, and you just feel like it's not going anywhere and nothing's going to change anytime soon. I feel like it's affecting your connections that you have. We have the Three of Cups here in reverse, so friendships are being affected. Any connections that you have are being affected. Dynamics of any kind of connection and being affected negatively. So this is a real challenge for you also. And the Knight of Wands in reverse actually is you, in my opinion. It's just that frustration coming to crescendo, coming to a head, and just feel like you're getting nowhere, and the frustration is just crazy. You feel like you deserve better. Why is this happening? A lot of stuff. So I feel like you're kind of blowing up a little bit, and that's part of the challenge here, because I feel like you've been kind of plunked into this situation. It's outside your control, so you're very emotional about it. When back here, with this situation that I feel like happened prior to June, you felt like, oh well, no big deal. I'll just do this, or I'll just do that, and then I feel like those opportunities were taken away from you. So now you're kind of projecting how you feel in regards to that. So here you are, stuck, the Hangman. And the Hangman, I mean, I hate to say this too shall pass. I mean, it's more like, so you're stuck. It may be temporary, okay? But what are you going to do while it's going on? Life is kind of happening, even while you're stuck. I remember my sister used to always be, I remember one time she came home from work after like waiting tables while she was in college and this and that. And she had this big, like, profound thing. And she said, I used to always say, when I'm done college, then I'm going to do this. Or when I'm done waiting tables, then I'm going to do this. And so she was always looking ahead. She was always forward thinking, but she didn't realize life was going on while she was waiting tables, while she was in college. And she was just always looking ahead, like trying to put, pieces of the pie behind her rather than enjoying the pie itself. And that's what I'm kind of getting here. Advice. They're saying, work with what's around you right now. Here's a big opportunity to, while you have this downtime and you can't do anything, maybe the universe wants you to kind of hang out for a while and remap how you're going to be going forward. Why is the Hangman here in the upright for Leo's? Middle of June. Advice. Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages for the Hangman. Okay, Page of Pentacles first, Ten of Cups. And while you're in this period, I mean, things are not working out well for you. I mean, you're kind of, I think the reason why you want to get out of this so quickly is because everywhere you look, things are not well for you guys. And it's a shame because you guys are usually very optimistic people. So with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, I'm getting like nothing's working out for you in terms of, you had ideas that you wanted to start, that you wanted to get off of the ground, like workable, tangible things that you wanted to do. And now it's like that's been taken away from you. All those goals have been blocked. And again, for some of you, it might be because of financial issues. Ten of Cups in reverse is things aren't doing very well at the homestead. There's a lot of arguments and tension and, families kind of getting on each other's nerves and things like that going on at home. So, I mean, you sort of have that going on and you're kind of stuck in it. And then we have the High Priestess here in reverse, and you blocking your intuition because of all of these stressors that are kind of going on. So you're really having a hard time kind of having conversations with yourself because of what's going on. And they're saying, well, even though this is all going on, you're going to have to figure out how to kind of channel this and make it work for you during this period of time. Carve out a little nick of time for yourself to figure out what you're going to be doing. Why is the Judgment card here in the upright for Leo as they move forward into the middle of June? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages for the Judgment card. Okay, and a fair assessment of what you're going to do and how you're going to move forward is actually going to get you out of this bottom of the well that you're in. Okay, it'll get you out of the worry that you've been having, the overthinking you've been having, if you assess your situation fairly. The Devil card in the upright is the card of Capricorn. Okay, and you might actually have to get rid of this influence, or it could be the one of the assessments that you have is there's a person in your midst, um, that you need to cut loose. I'm not seeing that you're doing that. I'm seeing that with the Nine of Swords, you have the assessment and say to yourself, "Oh, okay, I know what's going on here, and I know what I have to do, and I know how I can get out of it." And it's this person. So a narcissist, somebody who's dark, someone who's they're just not a great person to be tied to. The Devil card is someone who you're bound to, and you just can't get away from them. And then the Nine of Cups reverse tells me they're somewhat of an egoist. They only care about themselves. Really, really dark energy between the two of these cards here. So even though you have the awakening that you need to get away from this or cut this person loose, I'm not kind of seeing how you're going to do it or what's going to go on with that. It's almost like the book ends right here. So it's up to you to have the plot twist, but yeah, you definitely want to get rid of them. But it's good that you're seeing that you need to get rid of them. And actually, this could also be somebody who is trying to reconnect with you. The Judgment card can be a card of reconciliation, and then you kind of assessing whether or not it's wise to reconcile with them, and then remembering what kind of person they are and releasing yourself and saying no, thank you. And no longer being afraid of them either, if that makes any sense. All right, so this was kind of like this is a little choppy, is what it is. Um, so if this resonates, consider a personal reading. Just send me an email. My email is below. Click on the link below for this month's Extra Extra based on the High Priestess. And in that reading, it will tell you what is your intuition telling you, what mystery will be revealed, how can you increase your intuitive powers, and then make sure you check out my playlist or my library. My 2020 Sun Moon predictions are in there. What is your ideal career is in there. Compatibility readings are in there. And I'll leave the links in the description box. You can just click on them and go right there, okay? Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate. Otherwise, adios. Bye.